Hello and welcome to the July 5 in 5. I am here in the children's ministry wing because I want to talk about 3 hires that we are making right now, and one of those is children's ministry. To talk about those, I want to share with you a video that I made for the business meeting in June. And so I'm going to turn it over to you, Dave. Take it away. It would be really easy to make a case for a full-time children's ministry director and adding more staff to work with Jeremy in student ministry. But there's this delicate work that elders must do to balance the many needs of ministry with a reasonable expectation for an overall budget. And where that has taken us is to lean more heavily at this time towards staffing for student ministry. And it's for this reason. Because student ministry has all of the programming needs of children's ministry, plus a level of emotional needs and crises that is very rare in children's ministry and very taxing for Jeremy and his volunteer staff. And so we have made the prayerful decision to add 1 full-time staff person with a primary emphasis on student ministry, and with some contribution as well to children's ministry. Here is what all of that looks like. You can see on the screen the current children's ministry and student ministry staff. So children's ministry represented in orange, student ministry represented in dark blue. We've got our existing staff, Ann Kovalik is our children's ministry assistant working part-time. We've got Jeremy Davis, our pastor of student ministry, working full-time. And then we've got our newer ministry administrative assistant, Angie Dempsey, who started near the beginning of the year. And most of her time is devoted to student ministry. The hires that we will be looking to make in the near future are a children's ministry director to fill Sophie's role. And so that will be a new hire and a part-time role. And you can see here that the solid colors are the existing roles, and then the hires to be made are the shaded roles. Our new role here is the Next Gen coordinator. And you can see here that primarily that role will be devoted towards student ministry, and there's a small portion of that, somewhere between 5 and 10 hours, that will be devoted towards children's ministry. What that will do is provide more of a smooth transition from children's ministry to student ministry, and at the same time be providing a primary support to the overall ministry and growth that's happening in student ministry, while still also increasing the hours devoted to children's ministry as well. And one thing you might notice is that the circle for Jeremy Davis is larger than that Next Gen coordinator, even though both are full-time. That's because, in a sense, right now, Jeremy's hours are really kind of out of sync, and he's devoting more than a fair share for the crises and things that are happening. And so, Lord willing, as we bring this new person on board alongside of him, that will get his role shifted down to a more reasonable full-time amount. And then lastly, the third role that we will be hiring for in the near future is a new ministry administrative assistant. You can see there that their time will be split pretty much evenly between children's ministry in the orange, and then the green, which represents our pastor of missions and discipleship, a support to Pastor Jason. A small piece of that person's role will also support me as lead pastor, but I will primarily continue to be supported by Nancy Landis, who's going to be working with me on sermon prep, as she does a great job with that. So 3 hires here in the near future. So here I am now outside the Student Ministry Center, since that's the other major hire that we're making. Please be praying with us for all 3 of these hiring processes, that God brings exactly the right person for each one of those roles. To end up today, I want to show you the end of year finances for our fiscal year 2024 to 25. We'll put these there on the screen. Do that quickly, and so you may need to pause it. Have a great rest of your month, and we will see you in August.